What is up, you guys? What's up? Drama just keep popping off over and over and over again, okay? The witch, he's at it. Some men are warlocks and he keeps talking about a witch hunt, but this is too funny to not talk about. So Trump melts down at being challenged to a walk by, I don't know why they said Democrat, but by demo. Donald Trump huff and puffed online after Maryland Governor Westmore challenged him to walk the streets of his state. I didn't think that was a challenge. I thought he just nicely asked him, "Hey, let's take a stroll." You see how all these people out here are always like trying to fight, and it's not always about a fight. The 79-year-old president lashed out on Truth Social on Sunday at Moore's quote, nasty and provocative. Please define provocative, because provocative usually has to do with something sexual. In the quote, though, invitation 3 days early to join him for some light cardio in Baltimore, calling the city a crime disaster and threatening to deploy National Guard troops. That's why I'm laughing. Deploy the troops, motherfucker. You're gonna deploy the troops on a troop who used to lead the troops? That's gonna backfire. Let's go on. As president, quoting Trump, "I would much prefer that he clean up the crime disaster before I go there for a walk." Trump fumed. Westmore's record on crime is a very bad one unless he fudges the figures on crime like many other blue states are doing. No, that's just you, Trump. That's just you. Those numbers that you saw were real. And Westmore, he is the first black governor to be elected of Maryland, and the third African American elected in America. I do feel like this is a good partner to they didn't realize, like, the tag team with Newsom. What else did I want to say about Governor Westmore? It'll come to me. Now, quoting Trump again, but if Westmore needs help, like Gavin Newsom, he keeps getting that wrong. Get it right, Trump. Maybe you just need to say Mr. Gavin. Did in LA, I would send the troops, which is being done nearby DC. Yeah, it's right. He right next to him. And quickly clean up the crime. The president continued, "I was so right. You cannot deploy troops all at once. The witch is moving." The witch is moving. So first he's already said that he's going to go to Chicago. And so you finna come back up and go to Baltimore and then Maryland. But, I mean, your route is all fucked up. You're already in D.C. Might as well go to Maryland or go to Baltimore, then Maryland, then go to Chicago. And you trying to go see Newsom again? You must have liked his weed over there. Trump was so angry about the public safety walk invitation that he suggested that he pull federal support for rebuilding the city's Francis Scott Key Bridge, which collapsed last year. All you doing is showing that you a dick because someone just asked you very nicely to go for a walk. Look right here. This is Governor Westmore. I heard Baltimore was on your mind. I'm going to keep this up. Y'all can pause, but keep this up so y'all can read this. I thought this was just very nice, Hope you'll come see how. We wanted to send you a formal invitation to join our local elects, law enforcement, and community to see the public safety walk next month. Yo, you going to be up there with law enforcement, your favorite people, Trump? What's wrong? They not the Trump Nazi cops? And a follow-up post, Trump accused Moore of lying about receiving the Bronze Star, although he was honored with one in 2024. Yeah, when you get up on a podium and they're handing you shit, how are you lying about that? That don't make no sense to me. He's jealous of Westmore's accomplishments. Westmore is a soldier of the Army Reserves. Respect, Trump. Trump was in the military. Trump was in military school. Trump never was in the military. And he's a draft war dodger with his doctor's notes. Governor Westmore of Maryland has asked in a rather nasty, provocative tone that I walk. How is that a nasty tone when it was text? You're reading it in a nasty tone because you're on permanent reading on nasty tone vibes. That I walked the streets of Maryland with him. Dude, you don't have to. Like, you could just say, no, thank you. My ankles are a little bit poofy right now, and I need to go soak them. Maybe next time. You know, that's a nice way for you to answer. But I'm going to read this paragraph with y'all. Because reading is fundamental. I assume he is talking about our out-of-control, crime-ridden Baltimore. As president, I would prefer that he clean up the crime disaster before I go walk. You know, excuses. Westmore's record on crime is a very bad one, unless he fudges the figures on crime like many of the others in the blue states are doing, which is a lie. That's only Trump fudging figures, because Westmore is a businessman as well. So there's other people who are your match or better. But if Westmore, continuing with the quote, needs help like Gavin Newsom did in LA, I will send the troops, which is being done nearby DC, and quickly clean up the crime. After only 1 week, which is a lie. You know what I don't understand? So you could do it before and after walk. There is no crime and no murder in DC. And then there's going to be, you turned into Gotham City, and then they're going to show the picture, the evidence in your face, how it's increased. When it is like that in Baltimore, I would proudly walk the streets. With the failing because of crime, Governor of Maryland. P.S. Baltimore is ranked the fourth worst city in the nation in crime and murder. And you are ranked number 1 when you're in D.C. and or Mar-a-Lago. Stop talking and get to work. What are we getting to work with? Stop talking. What? You stop talking. We just went through a whole paragraph in the whole Bible of your shit. Stop talking. Why are you not practicing what you preach? Then I will see you on the streets. See me on the streets now. I gave Westmore, this is a narcissist, how they're like, I'll do it later, never get to nothing. I gave Westmore a lot of money to fix his demolition bridge. I will have to rethink that decision. Bro, people are still going to get the funds that they need with the feds. Make America great again. FDT. YGFDT. And also, make that American great again. Did you know Putin said that? Make Russia great again? The 46-year-old responded with a pointed jab. I don't like when reporters put adjectives like that. That's why I don't read them. And people think I can't read. No, I'm skipping that on purpose. The 46-year-old responded with the president's health. President Bone Spurs will do anything to get out of a walk. Even that means spouting off with more lies about the progress we're making on public safety in Maryland. Moore wrote of the older man. He added, "Hey Donald, we can get you a golf cart if that makes things easier. Just let the team know." I thought that was so nice. See, ain't nobody making fun of nobody. The reason why Trump thinks someone's making fun of him is because that's what he does to other people. This is what I wanted to get at. Trump has been a bully ever since he was 5. Did y'all know, I looked up a little bit more about him. Did y'all know that he actually wasn't even that mean? It was his father that refined him to be more of the Trump that we see today. So Trump went to military school, and this is what I call a toy soldier. He never was in the military, and when it was time to go to war, he never got deployed to war. It took a soldier to explain to me, a soldier who was deployed to war, to explain to me that there is a difference between someone who has gone to military school, someone who has joined the military, and a soldier who has gone to war. So the Trump's match, or someone who is more superior to Trump, is going to be a bully that bullies harder with more manners better than him, or it's going to be a shrink, someone who's very smart with a mind, or it's going to be a real soldier, because Trump is a toy soldier. And what I think is so funny is that Trump is you're talking to a real soldier when you talk to Governor Westmore. He fought in Afghanistan. He has way more medals than just the Bronze Star. And that's not, I know that Trump is fake. That's not something you can fake. I know that Trump has faked a lot of stuff, but there's some things that you just can't fake. And how do you fake something that you were awarded? Tell me that. Once you show me that proof, then we'll start reconsidering calling you a liar, but there's no proof. So even Putin said he don't be showing proof. I think that was the best. That was article down below. Not only did he describe the use of the National Guard in areas such as Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. as unconstitutional, Moore has confirmed that he is actively looking at redistricting in response of gerrymandering, the wave that kicked off from Texas. Yeah, you might as well go ahead and do that, because if you don't, the Republicans are going to do it on you. Down here in Atlanta, the Republicans here are arresting, they're not successful, because they're trying to break the law to arrest 5 Democrats. Which I am going to talk about that in a video I'm going to get on after this one. I think there was one more thing that I wanted. Oh, I think it's comical that Trump says that he's going to send the troops to a troop. Do you understand what I just said? Trump is bluffing and threatening a soldier. A real soldier. Trump is a toy soldier. He's never gone to war. So actually fighting, getting up, doing the work, that scares the shit out of him. Someone who's already done this shit, they're laughing their ass off right now. A real soldier who has gone to war, and you're telling him, I'm finna send troops to you. And then on top of it, Westmore used to command troops as they went into war. So that's perfect. Send the troops to him so Westmore can explain, hey, you don't have to follow every order. If orders are unlawful, you don't have to take that. You can still get paid. You can walk around with your gear on, and you don't have to just get paid. He can probably tell them. Of course, he's the expert when it comes to that. He's the one who has commanded troops. So that's why I'm like, man, I think that's stupid, because that's definitely going to backfire like everything else is backfiring on Trump right now. You're going to go send troops to a troop who used to command troops.